You've got two coconuts and you're banging them together. Hello everyone, and welcome to another episode of Xerath Prevails. Today we're going to talk about Relic 8 again. I've done this a few times, but it's been about 6 months, half a year, and the list may have changed. There's new things to consider, and I want to make sure that people understand the reasons for this, because these kind of videos kind of do just get lost in the ether somewhere, and frankly, I mean, there's a lot to discuss, and there's a lot of stuff we can all refresh ourselves on. Even the veteran players out there could probably benefit from more of this kind of discussion, just to kind of make sure we're keeping track of it. So what this list is not, it is not going to be a definitive list of every single character that should be Relic 8 and then all the rest should be excluded. It is also not going to take into consideration characters that are requirement characters, such as like Grandmaster Yoda is not on this list. Now, before I lose all credibility with you, I don't think that he needs Relic 8. Strictly speaking, I think that he likes Relic 8, we all use him, and it's nice that he's a requirement for Relic 8, but I don't think that Grandmaster Yoda, it needs Relic 8 until you need to farm him for like Kenobi, whatever Galactic Legend. So, like he does really well without it. I get 4 out of 4 in territory battles all the time with him at Relic 2 on my alternate account, and that's no joke. You don't need him Relic 8 for any reason, honestly. So he's not gonna be on the list because we're not talking about requirement characters. That's a totally different thing. That what we're doing is we're talking about mechanics within characters that make them more desirable at Relic 8. So if that works for you, it works for me. That's what the video is gonna be. It's also not gonna be a list of like, okay, first you're gonna get this character, then you're gonna get this character, because who knows what your roster situation is. I'm just going to show you reasons why Relic 8 is amazing for said character, and then we'll move on. You can make your own decisions. You're a grown man. You're a grown-ass man or woman. You might not be. You might be a kid. And you just heard me swear. So my apologies to your parents, because you probably don't care. Your parents do though. So let's jump into the game. Whoa, we're in the game. How do we get in the game? Madness. This is crazy. Wow. So exciting. All right, guys. The first ones that you want Relic 8s. I mean, if you just had your druthers, if we all had what our preferences are, we need Relic 8 on Galactic Legends, and I'll show you why. Lots of reasons. So first, Jedi Master Luke, the guy you want for Relic 8 first, and it's because there's so many things. First off, so all Galactic Legends. I'm not going to show you on all the Galactic Legends, but so all of them for each Relic Amplifier level. That's, Relic 8 is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. There I've proven I can count to 8. You don't know if I can count higher. I haven't shown you. But every time you get 10% extra health and max protection. That isn't reflected in your stats here. So, for the protection that he has, mine is at Relic 9. Which I don't know what number that is after 8, apparently, but you get an additional 90% extra protection and health on top of all of that because he's Relic 9 right now. If he's only Relic 6, you get an extra 60% of all of that. So that's one reason you want Galactic Legends. You are highly incentivized to do that. Jedi Master Luke is probably the first Galactic Legend you want to have Relic 8 if all your characters are Relic 7 and you're like, hey, which Galactic Legend? Jedi Master Luke, because his whole team uses his stats to attack. His protection boost is really nice, and he's a tank. I mean, he gains double his mastery. So whatever he gets here, he actually gains double that, or at least he gains double the mastery stuff. So, it's all good, guys. Relic 8 on Jedi Master Luke. Next one, Sith Eternal. I like Sith Eternal at Relic 8 just because, and this is kind of in order a little bit, guys. They should all be Relic 8 if you can, but Sith Eternal is nicer at Relic 8 just because he gets a nice little stat boost. I mean, Relic 8 is the one that you get the biggest boost from in terms of mastery, and you get more stats, except for like the protection and health. It's like you get more protection and health, I guess, at Relic 9. But otherwise, you gain other stats more. You gain more offense, etc. And Backpack Emperor is the guy who really benefits from it, just because he wants to have as much health as possible, and that's because he counters a lot of different Galactic Legends, and he needs that health. He needs so much health, 200k health if you can get it. Relic 8 is wonderful on him, and plus it boosts his offense, which it's nice to have. You wanna prioritize health, but offense is nice on him. Rey is a stat-hungry bee, folks. She really, really wants her stats. She wants offense and she wants health, and that's it. But she wants so much of them. As much health as you can get, 200k-ish. As much damage as you can get, 12k-ish. And then, I mean, other stats are great. Some speed on her is nice. Don't even think about protection. Who cares about protection on her? Doesn't matter. But the other reason she wants it is her whirlwind, because every time you up her relic amplifier level, she's gaining 7% more damage per massive damage hit. So her whirlwind does more damage, which is nice because some of these tanks are starting to outpace her. And so those are the reasons. Obviously, the Galactic Legend thing that I said I wasn't going to mention is great. Lord Vader is another great one. If you have gone through the trouble of getting him to or unlocked, that means you've already unlocked or put at least four different people to Relic 8. He needs to be your next one, most likely, but he's really stat hungry as well. He just wants all the health and protection that he can get. He's just really good at the more relic levels he has, the stronger he gets. He's the character who ramps up a ton. He really, really wants not only a lot of relic levels for himself, he wants them for his whole group of friends. He's very annoying, actually. Supreme Leader Kylo, I chose him instead of Kenobi at Relic 8, just because if you have Kylo or Kenobi can handle himself at Relic 7, I guess. And Kylo he just needs help, guys. He's in a sad place. He wants more health, he wants more protection, he wants more speed, he wants a lot of things, and he's in a sad place right now. He's still a Galactic Legend. He's still, you still absolutely want him if you can get him, but he's in a sad place, and you could probably put Relic 8 on him and you'll benefit more than putting Relic 8 on Kenobi. Kenobi I don't actually have on this list because we ran out of room on this group, and I'm not even going to make a new group for us. So Kenobi, he likes Relic 8 because he's a Galactic Legend. Now, we have Commander Luke here. Commander Luke, I should actually show Chupio, but here's the thing, guys. Chupio really wants all the stats that he can get. He wants tenacity from Commander Luke. Chupio takes all these different things, and the thing is, Chupio takes 40% of everything that Commander Luke has, if you have the Commander Luke team with Chupio, obviously. But Commander Luke benefits. Obviously, you can see I don't have him Relic 8. I would love him Relic 8, but I can't afford a lot of characters here. I can't afford it Relic 8, frankly. I mean, I would love to, but in theory, he wants it because he gains health and Chupio hands off health. The biggest thing, though, is his damage. So he's going to gain a huge chunk of damage from Relic 8, and then Chupio takes 40% of that for himself, and then he also hands 20% of it to everyone else in the squad, and this is the biggest stat jump for damage. If I got him to 8, that's great. If I get Luke to 9, he actually gains less damage than if I got him from 7 to 8. So, He wants that little jump if you can, because his entire squad benefits from it. And that's a lot of the reason you want to look at these mechanics, is how many people benefit from one upgrade. And that on Commander Luke, it's a lot. It's a whole squad. Maul is another one who really benefits from it. Not only is he on a Lord Vader team, so you want everyone to be Relic 8 or even 9 if you can on a Lord Vader team, because it's really tough. Whoa, someone's following me. Oh, that's really funny. Someone just started following me live, folks. Is on my Twitch, and it's somehow, I apparently have some bot attached on this layout. Sorry about that. But, welcome to the new follower. That's funny. All right, so we have Maul. And uh, Maul is part of the Lord Vader team a lot of times, but even if he's not, the biggest thing about him is he ramps up his damage like crazy on an individual turn basis, and you want him to be able to do a lot of damage. So Relic 8 is wonderful for him. If he's on his own team, if he's the leader of his squad or whatever, then he's still going to be hitting 5 times in a row, well 6 times with the Fervent Rush, and they ramp up damage, and that damage is all based on his stats that he has, his health, his offense, all this stuff, and therefore you want him to have as many stats as possible. Now, he is also a placeholder, guys. I did not put any other Lord Vader characters in on this group because he's the placeholder for it. If he's with Lord Vader, if you're with the Lord Vader squad, you want everyone in that squad to be Relic 8. Include, like, Royal Guard would be first, Shore Trooper or Stormtrooper, Gideon, whoever's there. You want Relic 8 because Lord Vader really, really benefits from it on a personal level, and they all survive longer. It's great. Bando is a character who wants Relic 8, not only because his ship is more survivable and better, it's also because, like I keep saying, and I'll stop saying it eventually, but you gain the most offense from Relic 8. You want that offense. He is an offense hungry dude to the point that you need an arrow with offense. You want all the offense you can get. You want speed, but then you want tons of offense. You want that damage to just go completely through the roof. That's the only stat he really cares about, like some extra health or, maybe tenacity. I don't know. Tenacity probably won't do anything. Some health, really, like crit chance doesn't do anything, crit damage, just offense, but also his ship with Executor. If you don't have Executor, then it's not as big of a deal, but having a lot of extra health, just to survive a little longer, and a ton of offense, you're going to gain a huge boost to Relic 8. Would love to get him to 9, but it doesn't really increase that much from 8 to 9. Look at that, like 300 offense. And then the mods take it and give you maybe another like 100 or something. I'll take it, but Relic 9, probably not in the cards. Relic 8, wonderful for Beskar Mando. Ki-Adi-Mundi is a guy who is... so, really, like, Relic 8 is like the offense character's, like, amazing level, right? You gain the most stats from on offense from Relic 8, as I keep saying and promising I'm not going to. But if you go up to 9, he only gains 300 offense. But, like 400 if you count all the mods. But if you look at his offense, like, at Relic 8, he is a monster. And that's what you want. You just want to hit super duper hard. He also is crit chance hungry. He really wants a lot of crit chance because he benefits from crit damage. He really does. And, I have a crit damage triangle, and then as much crit chance as possible. And every relic level gives you a lot of crit chance. So that's another reason. So, like even, I mean... so sad, guys. Go to Relic 9 and don't even get 1 full % of crit chance. But Relic 8 gives him more of that. So, Ki-Adi-Mundi, I know not everyone has him, but if you do, and a lot more people are unlocking him and getting him to 7 stars, you want him to be Relic 8 if and when possible. He's gonna hit like a damn truck. You'll see. Like, I've never heard anyone regret Relic 8 on Ki-Adi-Mundi. He is so crazy good. Fives is a guy who I keep wanting to because his ship does a lot of really cool things, but he's also one of those guys who's super stat hungry because when he dies, he hands a ton of stats to his team. So he hands health to his team, he hands protection to his team, he hands offense to his team when he dies, but even before he dies, if you don't want him to die, which, I mean, a lot of times my strategies involve not letting him die if possible, then he also gains extra armor. He gains survivability. He's one of those characters that if he dies, he gives everyone else a ton of stats. If he lives, he survives for longer and everything. So Relic 8 on him is great. Obviously, like I said, his ship is nicer, but if you have the thing where he hands his stats to people, yeah, so everyone gains his, like, the totality of his max health, max protection, speed, and offense stats, and all of those except for speed are gotten in Relic 8 4/5s. He's a great character. I mean, a lot of people want him, or saying like Relic 9 for him, because he's a tank. He's going to gain a huge amount on top of everything, and then when he dies, his friends turn into super duper clones. So kind of cool stuff. Commander Luke is already spoken for. Next up, General Grievous. He's great because because he wants health. He wants malevolence to be stronger, because that also makes his summoned vulture droids stronger. He also does. He wants that health. Here's the thing, guys. He's also stat hungry. He wants potency, if you can get it. Early on, potency is really nice to be able to, like, take out those Commander Luke teams, etc. So getting a little extra potency early on, even though he ramps up his potency, sometimes Commander Luke teams will destroy you before you can get there, and you want a head start on potency if you can. Some people like to put crit damage on the triangle and stuff, but here's the thing. The base stat for Grievous is health. He really wants health. And if you put too many other things other than health on him, it's gonna make it so that his damage is super reduced. But that potency is possible. You can put a potency cross on him and still have a good amount of health. If you get him to Relic 8, you can actually find room for other stats for him. So yeah, you want to keep his health high, but then you can add some potency. It increases his versatility, and I mean, if you do want to just keep all full health on him, then you're going to do even more damage. It's just potency increases his versatility, which I tend to like in those kind of characters, because I rely on Grievous to do a lot of things. All right. Jedi Knight Luke, he was at 8, and then they gave us a refund because they changed his character so much. And I haven't gotten around to putting 8 back on him, because you kind of don't like need it, but he does so much damage, guys. Here's the thing. He's such a utility character with his stun, with his dispel on basic, with his ability to buff someone really well and call the assist. Like, he does a lot of really cool stuff. He's a good leader in a lot of ways, in a lot of things. But at Relic 8, I mean, he gains a ton of damage. Obviously, he gains that crit chance, which actually he does really want that. Armor penetration is nice. Like, everything he does is nicer at Relic 8. He's like one of the best attackers in the game, and he's a really good utility character that does a lot of really cool stuff. You use him in territory battles. It's not just GAC. He's just really good. So he's a character to get to Relic 8 when you can, especially because he's an attacker and does a lot of damage. Dark Trooper does a ton of damage as well. You want him to hit super hard. That's his whole purpose in life, is to hit hard. And so, of course, I don't have him modded as well as other people. People are trying to get him to 11,000. That's kind of the golden standard. I'm not quite there, but Relic 8 is the one that you want. You don't want crit chance. You don't want health or protection on him. Really, those things are fine, but they don't really do that much for him. Like, if he starts getting hit, he doesn't like it at all. Like, Relic 8, Relic 9 doesn't do that much for him, doesn't give him that much damage, but that boost from Relic 7 to 8 is huge, and I've had a few times where it's like, man, if I didn't have him Relic 8, then I would lose. So, Relic 8 on him. Bando was really happy that Dark Trooper is not Relic 8. Starkiller is a character. I know that not a lot of people have him yet. That's fine. I get it. So, here's the thing about him, though, guys. He is that... So, in GAC specifically, he does a lot of really cool stuff. So, he gains, so when he gets unleashed, that's not the one I want to look at, though. Let's see. Size means nothing. Damage equal to... Hold on a sec. Okay, I was on the wrong ability, guys. So, here's the thing about him, guys. He wants... So, if he starts the battle with all this stuff, and it's not even GAC exclusive, actually. So, let's see, if he has all his requirements, which you guys can read it. We're not talking about his kit necessarily as much as just the one specific part of his kit. If you meet those requirements, though, then all allies gain the following bonuses. So they all gain extra critical damage, at 100% crit damage, and max health. They also gain 100% max protection, and, they gain the speed and all of that stuff in Grand Arena. Then they gain even more of all this stuff. It's pretty neat. But here's the thing. Relic 8, and he's just my most recent Relic 8, actually, guys. Because he gains so many stats from Relic 8, and then he doubles them. Like his health and protection, 8 is the one that you get all the stats from, and his offense and everything is so boosted that he's going to do a lot better. So, I mean, I don't know what his modding is going to be quite yet, but I mean, just imagine, double his health, double his protection. It's going to be very difficult to take him out. Now, this is like Imperial, or this is like Commander Luke bait, because he can do all the exposed damage to him and stuff. I like I said, I don't know exactly what I want to do with him, but I mean the extra health though also makes it so that when he finally does pull down that Star Destroyer on people's heads, it's all based off of his max health. And so if you want more health, I mean, it'd be nice, honestly, to get him. Like, imagine you get another 12,000 health because of Relic 9. I mean, he's a guy who likes Relic 9, I think. I'm considering that, in fact. But 8 is a great one for Star Killer. As you might imagine, he's a new character. He does a lot of things. He pulls Star Destroyers on people's heads, and relics actually determine how much damage he does with that. It's pretty neat. B1 is a character that I would love to get to 8. 7 seems sad. 8 is really nice because, that huge boost to offense. And the thing is, he attacks every time a separatist attacks. So he has 4 friends. So if the whole team goes before him, like if you just cycle through a full turn, like he goes and then everyone else goes, and he's shot 5 times. It's crazy. If you have 5 characters on the team, he fires 5 times, and all that damage is so pervasive, and that extra damage from 8 is just really nice. Not to mention when he does his AoE, which he gets a lot of turn meter and everything. When he gets his AoE, then it does damage to everyone. He's the guy, honestly, like, so Grievous is the flashy one, and he does do a massive amount of damage, but B1 is the guy who a lot of people don't recognize is the hidden strength behind the team. He does so many awesome things for the team, including just really pervasive, obnoxious amounts of damage. And General Grievous just swats him on every time he can. Alright guys, we got a couple more. We gotta rush through this. Han Solo really benefits from it because he's an awesome attacker. As you might imagine, he's also the pilot of one of the best ships in the game. Even if the Rebel fleet is not one of the top tier fleets anymore, it is still really strong. And I would love to get Han. His high volume of attacks is just crazy. Giving him this boost to damage is really nice. The critical chance is actually laughable. Look at how much you gain of crit chance. He's already he doesn't need any more crit chance. So the fact that he gets this much is hilarious, actually. But everything else, I mean, he gets that health and, some extra crit damage. Would love to get him to Relic 7 or to 8 just because of his volume of attacks, because you do the 2 shots, and then a lot of times those are his basics, and the Chewie's shooting as well, and then he gets to do his Deadeye, and then he gets to do 2 more attacks, all back to back to back to back a lot of times, especially in 3v3. It's quite overwhelming, and an additional amount of damage is super nice. It really is. Jedi Knight Anakin is one of those characters that is really nice, just because if your best fleet is Negotiator and you're doing the mirror matches, you can guarantee that you go first if you have Relic 8 on him with his ship, and your opponent only has Relic 7, he's going to go first, which offers a variety of advantages. In addition, he also does a really strong AoE. He's very relevant on a lot of different Jedi teams right now, and he does an enormous amount of damage. And as you know, Relic 8 is, what's that class? It's the one that gives all the offense to him. So that's another. The other thing is he's very stat hungry as well. He would really like to get more health because he's a lot of times on the Padme team or on the Kenobi team, which he benefits from all of that. Old Doc is one that I would love to have Relic 8 because she wants a ton of health, and the more health she has, the less likely she is to die like a chump. So I would love to get her more health and to be able to keep her alive for longer. That's basically it. Old Daka benefits from, you can see she's at 6. You want her health as high as possible. She doesn't need a ton of speed. She just wants a ton of health, because when you're killing things like Grievous, you can really benefit from it, because her serve again thing, it's her Zeta, And whenever someone dies, when another ally is revived while Old Daka is active, Old Daka gains 10% max health, stacking. And so the more health she has, the more stacked health she has, the more impossible it is to kill her, and therefore the better off you are. So more health, mo better. Wrecker is a guy who I would love to have at 8. You can see I'm at 6. Everyone else on the team is only a Relic 5. But here's the thing, guys. He gains so much because he gains that extra max health and max protection for each other Bad Batch ally. And the more health and protection that you get on him, the more tanky he is. He becomes incredibly tanky, guys. He's got crazy stats, and once you get him to 8 or 9, I mean, Relic 9 on him would be crazy, but, I mean, look at all that protection, and then on top of it, so you're gaining it, you gain a couple more boosts on protection from 6 to 7, 7 to 8, and then on top of that, he's gaining, he's essentially doubling his protection and health based off of him being with other Bad Batch, and it makes him so that he can like sometimes, especially if he's the tank under Kenobi, under Jedi Master Kenobi, he can actually eat a whirlwind from Rey and stay alive. His stats get to be monstrous, and it's really fun to see, but it only works when you get to the higher relic levels. Geo Spy is one of those characters that does a huge amount of damage, and it's all ramping based off of his ability to damage. So, I mean, you can see he up to from 6 to 7, he gains another 500, and then he gains another whatever it is, 5 to 7, 6 to 700 more at Relic 8. And honestly, the only reason Geos have anything going on, good going on for them right now, they have a lot of challenges right now. The only reason they're doing really well is because Spy can one-shot so many different characters. They can, if you need him to, he can finish off Galactic Legends a lot of times, but you want to ramp up that damage. He ramps his damage up a lot. He gets the hidden mechanic stacks of damage, and he gains he also has the force multiplier of for all the different, so it dispels all status effects on himself and the target, and he deals 40% more damage for each effect dispelled this way. So if there's a ton of status effects on someone and he dispels them and he does a crit, then all that extra damage that you're ramping up on him with relics is really going to show. Not to mention his ship does a lot of damage. It does even more with relics. Surprise. All right, let's do a speed round here for the final group. So, General Kenobi, great guy, wonderful. Hello there, man. Hello there, specialist. And his ship really wants him to be Relic 8 so that you can keep up with other negotiators. He also, I don't remember if he's an unlocked character. I think he is. I think he needed Relic 8 anyways. But beyond that, he just wants it because he wants extra health. He wants to be, he's a good tank. I mean, Relic 9 on him is not bad either, just because it's part of an executor counter, in fact. But other than that, he just survives a lot better the more relics he gets on him. He contributes a lot, he wants a lot of health, etc. Great. Darth Malak is a guy who I wouldn't mind having Relic 8, just because of all the stats he gets. I mean, I would love him Relic 9 too. I don't think he's quite good enough for that, frankly. But he's not bad. He does, his damage, that's fine. But really, you just want the extra protection, health, and armor from it. He's just a good tank and stuff. I wonder when we're going to get him to Relic 9. Probably not for years. R2-D2 is one that you might consider. I've been considering 8 because of his stat sharing. And I need to remod him, actually, to have a lot of offense for my Rey team. Because Rey, here's the thing, guys. When he goes up to Relic, not just Relic 8, but whenever he's with another team, he's handing so many stats out. He's sharing all these different stats, 10% of all of his stuff. And another relic level does not hurt that. So I have him modded kind of with the crit chance and the, speed and everything. I'm considering putting offense on him just so that he can hand 10% of all of his offense to Rey, just so she does more damage. I mean, you can see his damage is not that great, but he still hands Ray on the resistance team. He's still handing her 500 extra damage. If you mod him the right way, you could actually give her considerably more damage. So, Fennec, she hits 5 times with her basic, guys, and they are not weak hits. So, you're calling her to assist a ton of times with Bosk and with Grief and everything. Relic 8 would do some crazy things to her damage numbers. You can see I've worked on her a little bit. We still need to get her mods all the way good, but she can do a lot of damage. At 8, I would love to see how much Master Assassin Fennec Shand can do. Commander Lasogatano, a lot of people would have been mad at me for not putting it in here, but frankly, 7 has been fine. I mean, a lot of times she's more of a facilitator than anything, frankly, but 8 is nice just because she does more damage, and she is a decent attacker, she really is, but, I mean, I need to remod her too. It would be nice to put some offense set on her. I don't have enough mods, guys. I don't have enough mods, or maybe put a speed set on her, whatever, but, I mean, she does a lot of good. At 7, she's more survivable. At 8, of course, and that's always nice because everyone's trying to kill her as quickly as they can. She does more damage and everything. She does okay at 8. I think she's one of my least priorities for 8. Frankly, because you don't rely on her massive amounts of damage. You rely on her unique. It's like her own leadership, and you rely on her. Her Shien is nice, and then her Force Leap is nice. You don't really rely on her massive amounts of damage. Really, that's kind of like a tertiary objective. And I think that's it, folks. I think that's what we've got. So thank you all so much for watching. Let me know what in the comments. What did I miss? What characters did I miss? It's a pretty long list. Obviously, I think we got 26 total. Let me know. What did I miss? I would appreciate your heads up. I'm sure that there's someone I missed that would be an amazing upgrade to what this list is. But I hope this helped. Once again, thank you all so much for watching. And remember that in all things, Xerath prevails.